off of there.
Is that a belt?
It's a belt. It's where I keep my belt. I only have one belt.
You really?
Fully depreciated too, man. It's well worn. I've had this thing for, I don't know, 10 years almost, probably. Maybe less than that.
Some good shelf life out of that belt.
More than 5. It's the Mission belt. You ever use these?
What are they
With the
for?
ratchet. So it doesn't have holes.
Oh, cool.
You do this. Listen to this ASMR.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice.
Much more customization ability.
I made a trip to Lululemon yesterday and made a very rich purchase.
You went to Lululemon's.
I went to Lululemon's. Lululemon was down there. He's giving out deals on pants and that. And I got a pair of ABC pants, which my first pair in a long time. I used to have several, not anymore. Now I'm back in the game, and I also got a pair of like joggers, like light kind of khaki colored joggers, and a T-shirt. That's the full inventory. But the new ABC pants are great, man. They have that versatile material. So they have the regular material, which is like stretchy and comfortable, right? And they have another one that feels like regular pants. And those are the ones I got. They're lighter, like more summer. But
that's good.
Yeah, and they took the seam off the back of the leg, which was really bothering me for a long time. You know what? It used to have that horizontal seam across the back of like your calf.
Oh, it doesn't come with that anymore.
No, gonzo.
That's good.
Yeah.
So does the stretchy material still have that seam? Or did they take that off? They took it off completely. Yeah. It was really bad. That was like the worst part of that design.
I never understood it. I mean, it's such a good product, and people were dying to wear them to work, and it's like they were daring you to.
Yeah, right.
Do it. Go ahead. See what people say. Think you're gonna? Uh-oh. Audio issues. One sec.
You hear me?
Now I can.
I think it shut off for both of us. I think it was a StreamYard thing.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
It disconnected my microphone.
It was bad.
There we go. I'm trying to figure out a way to have what the hell is that?
Sugar Wish.
Are those coffees?
No, you can pick your own. Someone sent this to me for those deals that I closed as a gift, and you can pick your candies. So I picked Reese's Pieces, which are gone, peanut M&Ms, which are gone, and Skittles, which are gone, and then Starburst, still there, sour watermelons, and root beer barrels. Sounded good at the time.
Yeah, they were like,
no one's had one yet.
Someone wants these? And this guy must be old. Root beer barrel. I'm trying to figure out a way to use Ableton as a soundboard. It's called Loopback, I think is the name of the program I need. I don't know if that's
the end game here.
Yeah. Just have tons of fucking effects.
Oh.
And I've got this board. It's a MIDI controller, but it's got like 64 pads on it. So I can have 64 sounds readily available at all times.
Any 64 sounds you want?
Yeah. Just load them in. Got to find them. Welcome to the App Store. Loopback. Get. Do I want it?
We got the baby shower this weekend. Tomorrow, actually.
Hey-o. Where's your let's take a look at do you have your registry up somewhere?
I don't know where it is though. I haven't been very
Find it.
proactive in that.
Let's look through it next show.
You want to look at the registry?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Let me find it.
By the way, while you're pulling that up, remember when we were kids, B94 FM,
Yeah, of course I remember B94.
and on
Dude,
Fridays,
not only do I remember B94, but Zach Zabo from the Top 8 at 8 DJ'd Shira's bat mitzvah.
oh really?
Yeah, really.
Wow, that was a good get.
That was a great get. Dude, that name, Zach Zabo, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's
Awesome.
a good
It sounded
name.
awesome when I was a kid, and it sounds even cooler now. Anyway,
I don't remember.
B94.
Oh, dude, Zach Zabo is the best name on B9. Give me a fucking break.
You
You
got
remember
better?
the morning show? Yeah, Quinn and Banana.
Quinn
and Banana Dawn.
Banana in the morning. In the morning. Remember that?
Yeah, Banana Dawn was his name.
Now, which one are you? Are you Quinn or are you Banana? I'm
you
Banana Dawn.
Are you Quinn or Banana Dawn? And I think the news lady was Shelly.
Yeah.
And they used to play that song.
Oh, yeah.
On Fridays, they would play that, I don't want to work, just want to beg. They'd play it over and over again. That was their thing. Do you remember that?
Banana. No, but that's like such a dumb 90s morning gimmick.
Yeah, the radio shows were so corny and
I don't
annoying.
know. I always liked those morning radio shows. It's like you just need some energy in the morning. You know, you want something silly.
I turned it on. I'd listen to Quinn and Banana.
Like-
Quinn and Banana.
The Pittsburgh Drive Time pop radio station morning show.
That's it. You had two options. You had Quinn and Banana, or you had the Yinzers talking about the Steelers all
Paulson
year.
And Kren.
Yeah, Scotty Paulson and Jim Kren.
They were great.
I owned some of their CDs of comedy.
And so did I. We both did.
Yeah,
we were both funny. Did. They were really funny.
They leaned into the Pittsburgh thing more than Quinn and Banana did. You know what was always interesting is that, I think Paulson and Kren actually knew each other, but usually those shows, and even back then it occurred to me that these people aren't friends with one. They weren't like friends that all of a sudden like came up together. They were put together by whatever Clear Channel. Yeah, the suits were like, hey Quinn, we got a new guy. We got a sidekick for you. His name's Banana Don. And yeah,
so what are we going to call the show? We're going to call it Quinn and Don.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Banana Don and Quinn. And then they'd always have. They were never transparent about it, but the Howard Stern show was always, that was like part of the show, was every time their contracts came up, there was drama. And the infighting, like they brought that to light, but that shit was probably going on at all. I know it was for Paulson and Kren. He left. Paulson left.
I'm sitting here and you're telling me that you gave Banana 9 a year and all I'm doing is asking for 7? But no. Gotta give Banana whatever he needs. Quinn wants a little raise. Gotta get on his knees and beg.
Yeah. Listen, Quinn.
Like
let's talk turkey here, Quinn. Let's talk turkey, Quinn. I mean, it was the early 90s. They're probably smoking.
Listen, Quinn, I like you. I like you.
It was a radio station. Quinn, you've done some good things, but times are changing. The kids, they want Banana Don. Banana Don is the future of B94 FM. And we're offering you a front row seat, but if you don't want to take it, that's your decision.
Kids just aren't calling for Quinn anymore, are they? Nope.
Yeah.
They want Banana
Whose
Don.
idea was it to play the bongo song on Fridays? It was Banana Don's. And that is our biggest draw. Research shows more people tune in for the Bang on the Drum All Day song on Friday mornings than any other time during the week. You can't deny it, Quinn. Your time's up.
You bring me an idea like that, we'll be having a different conversation.
You're all done.
You're all washed up, Quinn. You're all washed up, and the seagulls are picking at your carcass.
You should be
I'm just-
thanking me for giving you an offer at all. Frankly, it'd be cheaper to change all the signs in our ads. Banana Dawn in the morning.
Wait,
You want to be
didn't it-
walking around the streets of Blawnox, seeing Banana Dawn's face on the Pat
do
bus
you-
stops.
That bus. Do you assume that Banana Don looks exactly like? Are you picturing the same thing, or do you already know what he looks like?
I'm picturing the banana from the early internet GIF that does the dance with
Peanut butter
sunglasses
jelly
on.
time.
Peanut butter jelly time. That's Banana Dawn.
I'm picturing sort of a Gary Busey, or no, not Gary Busey, a Nick Nolte mugshot kind of look. Hawaiian shirt, stringy long hair, gray hair, a little bit bald somewhere, but like
Yeah.
big personality.
Oh, there was nothing more evident in the early 90s radio station personality that everyone to a man was ugly.
Yeah.
They were all
Good
gross.
looking crop. Really,
They
really
were-
wasn't.
Face for radio is a term
Yeah.
for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually always surprised because you hear them on the radio and their voices are so soothing. They have such
Yeah.
nice voices, and like they're speaking into such a high quality microphone, and it's being broadcast, and you can feel the resonance and the bass in their voice. Especially the not especially, even the women, right? Like
Yeah,
Shelley
definitely.
sounded
Oh yeah.
so attractive, but I don't
Mhm.
think she was.
I'm sure she wasn't. And I'm sure that
Robin is attractive, or was.
Robin's-
She's an old lady now, but
yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with
Fetching,
that. And
quite
she had
fetching.
an amazing voice for radio. Val for WDVE, same thing.
she was
I don't
cute.
think she was. I don't think so. I
No.
think and I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying that the
Yeah.
voice did not match what you immediately pictured in your head as what that woman looked like. And definitely the men. I mean, what was it? Wayne's World 2 when they go into Handsome Dan's radio station to plug
Yeah, Handsome
Wayne's
Dan.
Stock. That was
Beanstalk, that's right. Yeah,
that's
um,
exactly what it was like.
I'm trying to think of like, there's been a few people, not even that they were good looking or ugly, but just like I had an image for what I thought they looked like and was totally wrong. You remember, you know who Tony Bruno is? Sports talk guy.
The name
He
sounds
was
familiar.
they put him in Madden for a few years, where like
Mm.
while you were playing, this was back when Madden was incredible and I would play it a ton. Franchise mode. I was in like year 27 of my franchise mode. And they would play like the Tony Bruno radio show in the background, and they had somehow figured out a way for it to like talk about your games. Or maybe if you were doing well, he'd talk about you, or he'd say, "Boy, those Steelers really are stinking it up this year." Anyway, his voice, and then I saw what he looked like, and it was so jarring. Like he looks
Yeah.
nothing like I thought. And with that name, Tony Bruno, you're picturing certain things. It's kind of a
Well,
letdown.
that's one thing. Obviously, I don't think Banana Don was his birth. It's not on his birth certificate. That wasn't his confirmation name.
You don't know
right.
that.
It's not his government name. Tony Bruno is probably not his name. None of these people's names, their names probably would give you more of a visual into what they actually look like than their voiced would.
I'm sorry, I looked up Banana Dawn and
There's nothing.
no, there's something. So he is now working at. Hold on, I got to get into position for this.
Which roller rink is he working at?
WITL, Lansing's #1 for New Country. 1007. What? No, 100.7 FM.
In Lansing, Michigan.
Yeah.
Wow. There he is. Look at those. Look at those veneers.
Big. He went big and he went yellow.
Like, well, I want the biggest ones, Doc. What do you got? He's like, well, all we have are these yellow ones. Perfect. Throw them in. I'll
All
take the
that
big yellow
remains
ones.
of the Quinn and Banana. Does that say listen now? Shall we?
Yep. Is he on
Wait a
right
s-
now?
Let's find out. Hold on. Let's read. All that's left of Quinn and Banana is a footnote in Pittsburgh for almost 20 years. 20 years.
I think at some point they did split up Quinn and Banana, and it was someone else and Banana Dawn.
Yeah, it was. It was. It
Like
was.
he did become the face of the morning show.
We love Vegas, vacations in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan State football and basketball, and yes, I've seen every episode of Ancient Aliens, the original Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, and The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, cool.
Well, that explains a lot.
What the type of people that make a career in radio.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a lot of. They didn't give Banana Don a lot of. They gave him what, 3 inches above the fold? Let the man speak about his life and accomplishments.
Let's over to the Wikipedia page. I bet he's got a history.
Introducing Gemini in
Can you hear
Gmail,
that?
Slides, and more.
Yep, I can.
With enterprise grade
Gemini.
that helps businesses research,
Ride in the background
Had-
and move on.
and present. more.
Gemini
Everyday tasks don't take all.
designed the local
Google.
pedestrians logo. Oh, let's hear the weather.
It's not a rain
What
out today,
timing?
but at times we will see scattered showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies. High temperatures today in the low 80s. For tonight, mostly clear. Areas of fog late, a low of 63. On Saturday, plan on some sunshine. It's humid and warmer, a high of 85. From News 10, I'm First
Yes.
Alert meteorologist Darren
Sticky weekend.
Rockcole.
Thank you, Darren. 65
Darren
now in
Ronco.
Lansing.
Same in both East Lansing and in Mason.
How stoked are you to see this guy at Faster Horses next week?
To hear this song live, I honestly can't wait.
Here's Hardy. It's Truck Bet on Whittle.
That was totally fake.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, was that AI
That's what it sounded like, huh?
or was it pre-recorded?
Yeah. How stoked are you to hear this guy?
Yeah.
This
Yeah. How stoked are you to hear Hardy
that was at
next week
best.
at the roller derby?
At best, it was pre-recorded separately and edited together. At
That
worst,
was
that was
definitely the case.
AI.
That wasn't. There was no actual conversation. There was.
No.
So this is what we're doing. We're automating radio. We still
Yeah.
need someone to talk to you, but like we can't afford, or we need to trim down. Like what the fuck? AI, like we are getting AI so wrong. We are messing it up. And I hope we get there, but right now, it is not about like making things that people enjoy doing with their life irrelevant. You know, it's about automating the dumb shit that none of us have to do. You know what I mean? Like,
No
if-
one wants to do. Yeah.
yeah, that no one wants to do. This is
Yeah, that's a shame. That sounded really weird. That sounded like there's a DJ feature on Spotify, and he'll play a few songs, and he'll come back and be like, "All right, now we're gonna switch it up to," and then he'll name a band. Here's a
Really?
vibe I think you'll really like, and that's exactly what it sounded like.
So if that's commercially available,
Yeah.
I would imagine that a professional studio would have something even better, right? If that's what's available for
I don't know.
consumers.
I would imagine Spotify's got a bigger budget than WITL.
Well, like you said, it's Clear Channel, right?
That's true. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's not WITL. It's Clear Channel sit headquarters in Hollywood.
Yeah. I mean,
There's a couple.
you want to look up a chart of radio listeners over the last 50 years?
Yeah, let's really set the mood here.
This is going to be good. Yeah, looks about like what you'd think.
Yeah, just a fall from grace there. Oh wait, what is that? Is that going up?
No, this is time is going up. The percentage is going down. Just a weird way to depict it.
That is the worst possible justification for that chart.
Yeah.
Under
Among
most
those who listen to
circumstances,
AM/FM radio, percentage who say this is a main reason they listen. Oh, this is a
to discover
discovering
new
new
music.
music. Yeah. I don't believe any of this. Oh, this is online radio. Monthly online radio. Radio's weekly reach now highest since Mar 20.
Just
Cool.
search for chart that shows how fucked radio is. We're getting all the charts from the big radio over here, saying how great it is.
Yeah, right. We got Clear Channel pumping us full of misinformation.
There it is. That the fourth one in the blue, the one next to it. There, that's
Batista,
got to be
yeah.
it.
Reasons U.S. and Canadian. Yeah. Whatever.
That's generally what
No,
it's probably
it's
going to
just-
look like.
Yeah, right. We don't need to go too deep into this. Radio tuning shares. Yeah, this is what I want. I want tuning shares. Down to 3 tuning shares, boys. Banana Don, we can't keep you on the payroll. We're down to 2 tuning shares from 16.
Where's the Banana Don
There we go.
Wikipedia?
U.S. terrestrial and online radio. No, I don't want online. Yeah, broadcast radio. Dude, that's actually not. It went up since 2008.
I don't believe it. I just don't.
Were more old people born? Was there a baby boom of 60-year-olds?
Were more old people born? So I type in Banana Don Wikipedia, and the first one that comes up is Don Imus, which I don't know that maybe that was his secret.
Nah.
He's dead. Remember Don Imus? Remember how he ended
Yeah.
his career?
Yeah, then yeah.
What a fucking idiot.
It's a weird way to go out.
The Rutgers
Also,
women's
extremely
basketball
weird
team.
comment to make.
Yeah, about the Rutgers women's basketball
I
team.
know. Yeah. Like it wasn't funny. I don't understand how he thought that could have sounded like anything other than deeply racist and misogynist.
Yeah, well, when you're born in 1940, spend a lifetime with a radio in your or a microphone in your face. You got to come up with things to say. That's the thing about radio personalities, particularly these morning show guys.
Rich, tell me.
They're so annoying. They're like the most annoying friend you had growing up that just had a fucking comment for everything. They had to make a comment all the time. You know what I mean?
I do. Yeah.
Shut up every once in a while, dude.
Can we put on a morning show? What's the Pittsburgh morning show now? Do you know?
I have no idea.
I mean, B94 is not a thing anymore. I know that. DVE?
Yeah, but they're kind of different.
Yeah, they're actually they figured it out a while ago.
I want the cheesy morning show from
Like
a
Tampa,
pop station.
or like where's like a wacky place?
Kansas
Like,
City. Mundo in the
Kansas City?
morning. It's fucking perfect.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, hang on.
You see, Skeens yesterday.
Oh, it's talk radio.
I'm not opposed to that.
Eh,
What are your thoughts on Paul Skeens being pulled after 7 no-hit innings and only 99 pitches?
it's a lot of pitches through 7. Right?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, he struck out 11 batters, so typically you're going to have a higher pitch count with that many strikeouts, unless you're setting him down on
So
3 pitches.
yeah, I don't know. I assume this is not like a surprise to him. They probably were like, "Listen, Paul, we're going to take you out of games, even if you're playing great, pitching great."
Absolutely. I mean, this is the second no-hitter they've taken him out of.
It's like, listen, we've got to trade you soon.
At some point here.
We can't have you injured.
I
You
mean,
can't get injured while you play for us.
I was thinking that like he's had 2 no-hitters that he's been pulled from so far in his career, and he's pitched less than half a season.
Yeah,
That's incredible on its own. But tomorrow is not promised, and he is, like all power pitchers, 1 injury away from a very different life. And it bums me out that like that historic kind of, it's a prestigious achievement that I think he's been robbed of. I mean, the first one was his second start. I get that. But the second one, I don't know. Yesterday, let him get into the 8th and see if he can get a few ground outs. And maybe you set him down at like 115. 15 more pitches is not going to change anything.
I don't know.
But I also
I don't know
assume
that
the data says that it will.
Yeah, probably. It's probably not the actual number of pitches. You could probably throw 200. There are guys who can throw 200 pitches and not injure themselves, but the probability of injury on pitch 199 is a lot higher than pitch 2, is what I'm guessing.
Right.
And so that's
an interesting
that's
way to
probably
look
what
at
they're
it.
looking at. You know what I mean? Like every pitch that you throw when your arm is fatigued, which for these guys make it look so like they don't get tired
Yeah.
throughout games, but that's not the case, right? Like they do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the longer you're in there, is the more your arm is tired. That's when things might happen.
That's
I'm
an
guessing.
interesting take. I've always thought that it was math, like sabermetrics figured out that if you let a pitcher if you have a great starting pitcher, don't let him go past 100 pitches so that he has the ability to show up in more games. Because the more games he pitches in, the better the better his WAR is going to be and the more annual wins you will accomplish. But I've never thought of it the way you just pitched it. I kind of think that might be it.
Well, I think
The
those are
injury
kind of the same
probability.
thing. They're never going to pitch more than every 5th day. Right? That's
Right.
kind of set. So it's just a matter of when the injuries do happen, they probably but that's not, I'm thinking of guys like who go out there and throw. I don't know. We'd have to look into that. Like they get injured immediately or something. I don't know.
I bet you there's a
not at the end
mountain
of the
of
game.
data that has people in between pitch 100 and 150 getting injured at a much higher rate. I think you're right. At
Yeah.
a much higher rate than from pitch 50 to 100.
It seems likely. I mean, that logically that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, you're more tired, your mechanics are sloppier, you're more likely to land funny or, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hundred
I agree.
pitches.
He knew the score going in. Like he knew he wasn't going to pitch past 99 pitches.
He'll get his chance, and they won the game. So that's the other
He's
thing.
an all-star.
Yeah.
He's an
My mom is
all-star.
apparently a huge Paul Skeens fan.
How could you not be? I mean, he's the only pitcher other than Nolan Ryan to pitch 2 games with 6 scoreless or 6 no-hit innings and double-digit strikeouts.
Someone said he's
And he
the
did
only
it in his
pitcher
first
in-
11 starts.
Yeah, someone said he's the first pitcher in baseball history through 11 starts to have 70 or more strikeouts and an ERA under 2.
I wouldn't
And
be surprised.
he's got like 89 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Like Fernando Valenzuela was second on that list.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're dealing with here, like a Doc Gooden, Fernando Valenzuela, and in each of those scenarios, their cities went crazy, and the teams started winning, and the teams went out and made that happen. And
Rode
it's
that
so
wave.
this is the most exciting thing in baseball history in Pittsburgh. There's never been anything more exciting than this. Right? Or at least in recent, maybe Mazeroski's home run back in 1814. Like this is the best thing that's happened to Pittsburgh in a baseball in a long time.
Yeah, post
Like they got to lean into this shit, man.
Yeah,
They
look,
gotta, get a product on the field. How do you not?
it's definitely in our lifetime. This is as good as it gets, and they are going to fucking trade him. I bet they're already fielding calls.
Why?
About
What would be their incentive to?
We could get a bunch of Paul Skeenses. We might even get someone as good as Paul Skeens.
Yeah, what do you? We could get a great prospect. We could get someone like Paul Skeens.
And the earlier you trade him, the better return you should get. Right? That's the idea. You get longer time because he's under team control for 6 years.
Yeah.
At this point, still, so he's going to be affordable, relatively. Well, amazing.
They got rid of Tyler Glasnow and Garrett Cole as quickly as they could, and those are like the 2 best pitchers in baseball right now.
I know. Could you imagine if everyone still played for the Pirates, who used to be on the Pirates? Should we do that? Should we?
Yeah,
we do
or
that
like
exercise
just within reason, right? Within reason. If
I'm talking about people who are still playing in the major leagues right now.
yeah,
Those
who
2
else would there be?
pitchers.
Glasnow. So your rotation, your top
Charlie-
3 would be Glasnow, Cole, and Skeens.
And fucking Charlie Morton still plays baseball. I saw him on TV the other day.
Did he didn't start with the Pirates though, did he?
I don't know.
Because he's been pitching for like 38 years.
To the internet.
Or maybe he did. If he did, then yeah, we can count him.
Oh, I see. You're saying people that were drafted by the Pirates.
Well, like not if they just got signed to a small free agent deal for a year. Can't blame the Pirates for letting that go.
I see. And Charlie Morton at this point, no, I guess he pitched for 1 season in Atlanta before he came to the Pirates for 7 years.
Okay, so that counts.
And he's not great anymore, but he's a fucking good back of the rotation starter.
Yeah, he's the same pitcher he was when he was here. Yeah, he's an innings eater.
So how do we do that where we can show
who else?
These guys are all like 2010, 2011 is probably the limit.
Is Josh Bell doing anything?
He got traded to San Diego in that Juan Soto deal. I don't know if he's still there. WAR of negative 1.4. So maybe we skip Josh Bell.
Yeah. Aramis Ramirez still in the league?
Yeah. Aramis. I mean, I don't know any of the position players, right? But I don't think any of them have been really notable either.
I was just going to say, I don't think they have any.
Those standouts that are playing elsewhere.
Oh, no, that's not true. Starling Marte. No, I'm serious.
I think he kind of fell off, didn't he?
No, he didn't. I don't think so.
Gregory Polanco.
Polanco did fall off, but Marte signed a couple big contracts, I think.
Brian Giles.
So he is playing for the Mets and he's hitting 278 with 7 home runs and 12 stolen bases. Having a great year.
Okay, so Starling Marte is there, but
Yeah,
let's
he
just
was
say
an
that you
all-star
have.
in 2022 and finished
So let's
19th
just
in MVP voting.
big year.
Big year.
But you can have a bunch of Josh Bells out there playing in the field when you have 3 aces in your rotation.
Yeah,
They're
3
they're
legitimate aces.
that's what I mean. Their payroll would be, I don't know, 300 million a year, and 270 of it would be to the starting 3 pitchers.
How about give me some Josh Harrison? Still playing. Nope, he's done. Never mind. Hit 204 for Philly last year and hung it up. Dude, he finished 9th in the MVP voting in 2014 for that Pirates team.
Did he really?
Yeah, batted 315, 13 homers, 15 RBIs, 18 stolen bases, 164 hits, 77 runs. That's just like a great contribution. He played every position on the field.
Well, I remember that being a thing they tried to do. They were going
Oh,
to
you
put
think they
him
forced it?
everywhere. Yeah, I think they did. They wanted to get him that, which is cool. I love shit like that. Like, let's not take ourselves too seriously. Go ahead.
I thought Polanco was going to be great. He just had that one good year.
We all thought we got fed the Polanco
Yeah, the Polanco mania.
Kool-Aid.
I'm just looking at the 2017 roster, and Marte is the only one that got away in terms of position players. How was that possible? Garrett Cole was on that team. So was Glasnow. And Jameson Taillon, I think, is actually pitching decent too, right?
He was the other one. He was the third.
Yeah,
He
he's
was like
he's
the-
doing. Yeah, dude, he's got an ERA under 3.
So there you go.
6-4 record. Dude, Taillon, Cole, Glasnow, Skeens, Morton.
Or Jones, right? That other guy.
Yeah, Jared Jones,
Mitch Keller.
Mitch Keller. Yeah, I mean they've got 3 studs right now with Keller, Skeens, and Jones.
We'll see what they do. I don't feel as though they're ever gonna keep ever. There is no chance that they will ever keep a starting pitcher who is an ace.
History is our guide. It would seem to believe. I mean, there was just no reason to get rid of Garrett Cole. There was no reason to get. I mean, Glasnow actually kind of sucked. I can see why they moved on from him. He wasn't figuring it out, and he didn't figure it out for a while in Tampa Bay either. He didn't figure it out until like last year. But Cole was an obvious superstar, the same way that Skeens is, although not as immediately dominant. And Taillon was also kind of shitty here, but you could see the potential. So they've never really had an instant success. It'll be interesting to see how they play it. And no one's really had this before besides Steven Strasburg, Doc Gooden, and Fernando Valenzuela. Those are the 3 that come to mind.
Kerry Wood.
Kerry Wood. Good call. Struck out 20 in like his 3rd start or something?
Yeah.
Or was it just his first season?
His first year for sure. Yeah.
It's nuts. 20.
So yeah, I just, man, you got to think though, if teams like the Dodgers can sign Fernando and the Chicago Cubs can sign Kerry Wood,
the Mets can sign Doc Gooden,
then they're gonna fucking sign other teams' starting pitchers. Pirates aren't gonna pay. By the time it's in 5.5 years, when it's time for him to get paid, they're not going to pay him $50 million a year. They're just not.
Dude, 5.5 years for a power pitcher like that is a lifetime away from now.
So let's just assume that everything goes right.
He might have had 2 Tommy John surgeries by that point. That's
Right.
very feasible.
Let's assume that didn't happen. Let's assume he's the unicorn of all unicorns. So he might be worth more than $50 million a year.
Yeah, if he's that, then yeah, he's priceless. But yeah, okay. Pirates are not going to pay that. No debate there.
Here's the other question. Would you assume that they are going to trade him before his final season of team control?
Yeah, instead of letting him walk in free agency.
I'm talking about a year before that would happen.
Oh, I would imagine that I would imagine it's going to the issue is going to be pressed sooner because he's going to want a contract to buy out his arbitration years. And if he's as good as he's been, he'll have the juice to do it.
He's got no leverage though, because if you don't play, I mean, what's his option? To not play, you don't get service time. You'll never get there.
I think it's more like, I like this organization. I want to make this my long-term home. I'd love to see you express that same kind of sentiment.
Yeah,
and then he puts them in a position where they tell him like, "Fuck you," and then he demands a trade.
It's interesting because you don't see trade demands in baseball like you do
in like football,
in other sports or basketball.
But yet there's far more trading happening in baseball than any other sport. Like those players move around more than any other league.
Yeah, there's more of them, number one.
Yeah.
And the projections for baseball players are a big part of their story. Whereas in the NBA,
that's true.
You can be fucking 19 and be great.
Right.
You're not going to mature into
Yeah. That's what it is. It's the allure of the prospect is there's
so many of them.
Yeah, there's so many of them, and like such a small percentage are going to work out. But if you feel like I get it.
Everyone's digging for that one rare diamond in the rough.
And now the Pirates found it. They found it. They found the thing that every team would go for.
Hold on. They didn't fucking find anything. It fell in their fucking lap, and they just didn't.
They could have picked Dylan Cruz. Like a lot of teams were saying they should have.
No way. Not at his. I remember hearing about Paul Skeens while he was in college.
Yeah, me too.
I'd never heard.
But Dylan Cruz was on the same team as Paul Skeens and was just as big of a deal. I get it. But I'm just saying that the Pirates fuck that up usually. So you have to give them some credit for making the right pick, even if it was obvious. They deserve that.
Yeah, they didn't get out of their own. They got out of their own way. And they did.
That's right. But that's
they
a first.
Didn't overthink it for the first. I agree, but they didn't fucking find it. There's a difference between.
They probably sent a scout to some Skeens games. Come on, they were there.
They probably didn't. What is a scout gonna see? That's the thing that's funny is like, let's go to a LSU game. We're gonna scout Paul Skeens. What are you gonna fucking see in the stands? That would be better than if you were watching it on TV. I don't know, and getting all the stats.
He's got real life on that ball. You got to see it in person.
Yeah, he's got to stop watching the fucking stands. What? Doing what?
Those, like tiny fedoras. Like a notepad sticking in his breast pocket. Yeah, I don't know. I would I mean, all you have to say is that he throws over 100 on every pitch, and he throws like 70% of his pitches for strikes.
Yeah,
and he has like 5 strikeout pitches.
That's the thing. I mean, if there was anyone who wasn't a pitcher who was even in the conversation really about who you take, it's like
there was. I'm telling you, I was following it around the draft time, and
I know
people like opinions were torn on who to take, Skeens or Cruz.
I think that's all.
It wasn't a slam dunk.
I think there's in reality
manufactured.
Well, yeah, man, you got to keep people engaged. What are they gonna have a 30-second show? Like, oh, dude, who's gonna be the number one pick? It's like, yeah, Paul Skeens, the guy who's gonna pitch and be in the All-Star team next year. Not the hitter. Hitters are tough, man. You can't get them into the league as fast as you want. Pitchers, he's throwing 100. It doesn't matter. I mean, where's he gonna? What else does he have to do? Put him in the
Dude,
put him in AAA for
my brother-in-law was like, he needs more time in AAA to season to work up his pitch count. And I was like, there is nothing left for this man to accomplish in AAA. There never was. He's ready. He's fine. He could have been like, I don't even know why they have to do that with the AAA bullshit. Just put him in the big leagues.
I
Like,
know.
be a normal league. Don't be weird about everything.
I know. they do get really weird about this stuff.
It's ridiculous.
No, we have to. We got to play at Birmingham for 3 months.
You got to bring him up through rookie A ball for a game and a half, and we got to put him in high A for four and a third innings.
Yeah.
Then we take him to double A for the night. Wake up, fly him to triple A Altoona. By the end of
And
the
then he
week,
spends
he'll be in-
47 days there. He pitches terribly, but he's ready for the big leagues. That's the other thing is that there's sometimes they're like, oh, he raked in high A, and so we promoted. Like, well, he batted 250, and it was 11 games. Like, I don't. What do you? That's scouts in the fucking. They're like, now stopwatch says he's ready.
You know who Ellie De La Cruz is? The guy for the Reds.
Yeah.
Jerome Boy just did a breakdown on him to see for. He looked at how many times he had a stolen base opportunity. He got on base. There was less than 2 outs, and there was no one ahead of him on base. So he broke it down that there were 74 of those so far for Ellie De La Cruz this season, and he's attempted to steal on 71 of them.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
I like that. So he
He
has
runs-
71 attempt steals already.
I think he was calculating that differently. So like if he went and the ball was fouled off, he counted that as an attempt.
Okay.
Right. And if there was like a whole, it took him 15 minutes to explain all the parameters, but so not in the traditional sense, but yes.
I saw that thumbnail pop up. I haven't
Yeah,
watched it yet.
it's
I
worth
try
a
to
watch.
save those until I'm in the mood, and then I watch 3 or 4 John Boys in a row.
Yeah. they're good
But
like
yeah,
that.
that's very cool.
Yeah, he does it. He does a very good job of like getting out of the way. Of like
John
being
Boy,
very
yeah.
succinct and quiet, like short, and like it's over when it's over. No preamble, jumps right in. Love that.
It's the 3-minute video on the internet is a big deal. That's
You
he's
want
got-
to
he's got the formula down.
you want to play some hockey?
Hey, you want to try?
Yeah, you want to try?
Hey,
you wanna try?
Oh,
Sleepy today, Richard.
I don't want to work. I just want to bang on the drum all day.
It is Friday.
It's Friday. It's 7:30.
All right, I have to share if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah. Volume.
All right, buddy.
Volume.
Is that too loud?
That's good.
You know what's funny is that like every time I ask that, it's barely audible on my side.
I
And
know.
you're like, dude, it's blowing my head out. Why is
Yeah.
that?
I don't know, man. There's something up with this website. I'm sure it's just feeding us malware.
You're real down on this website. It bums me out.
Well, it sucks, man. I want to
It does.
All right, am I creating the room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's created.
Yep.
It's called Polanco.
Yep. You got it. There it is. I assume you saw that. You saw my name before you entered, Quinn.
I didn't.
Are
I
you
just saw
serious?
B94 and made
Okay.
made an educated guess.
All right, so man, it's been a while since we played this.
Yeah, I know.
Let's play this. Let's go. Oh, I gotta change my fucking controls.
I had to switch over to the screen to watch you struggle.
I think this is right. I'm gonna have to do a little. We gotta do that one. Okay. All right. Okay, that's not a good sign. I did not do it correctly.
Done whining yet? Making excuses or what?
Oh man, none of this is right.
That's the old lineup.
I know. I don't have the other one saved for some reason. So it's what's his name here? Ronick.
Quinn and banana. Quinn and banana in the morning. B94 FM.
Iserman. That's it. You got it. Top 8 at 8.
Top 8 at 8. Zach Zabo.
We've talked about that.
Top
All right,
8
let's
at 8
try
was,
this.
Was pretty cool. I wonder if, yeah.
Oh.
Wait, I don't
All
think you
this-
did 2-player, buddy.
No, I know.
You messed it up, Rich.
Good news is I haven't had any issues with the
Please, God, let it go away so we can get back to setting world records here.
Yeah, really. Okay.
If we did play another game, it would have to be on a similar site. It doesn't necessarily have to be this site, but what would it be? Have you thought
don't
about
know.
that?
I haven't. I have not thought
What
about
about,
that.
like-
There is no other game.
What about, we used to play FIFA, we used to play NBA Live, but I mean, NBA Jam would be a decent game, but that's not like, can't set records.
Oh, I
And
think
I'm not already,
the hell is this?
fuck, what is that? What are they doing?
What's happening here?
What's going on? They tweak the AI or something? There, that's
No, I
what
guess
we
not.
like.
I guess not. I don't know. We could play Gate Ball, that TurboGrafx croquet game.
Yeah, why wouldn't we play
That's
Gateball?
it's in Japanese.
Yeah, I like that. That sounds good.
I'm in that screen.
Okay.
There we go.
You out now?
Yep.
Good shot. High percentage shot. Good high percentage shot.
Wow, this is get over here. Get over here.
Are they selling out every skiing start? Do you know?
I have to. I don't know if they're selling out. Man, it's still July in Pittsburgh. Like,
Yeah.
kind of sucks to be outside sometimes. But they are probably selling a lot of those tickets.
Yeah.
If it's on
They
a
do pretty
Tuesday,
well
probably not.
attendance-wise.
Do they?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, they why do you that's why Nutting won't sell the team.
Yeah. So we got to stop going. Oh, remember that there was that protest where everyone wore green, and then it
Remember the
like
walkout?
top of the second inning, and they didn't you go to that?
Yeah, I walked out. I participated. I voted with my feet, Rich. There, that's what we need. Come on.
Yeah, that happened, right? That was the thing. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, I was still living in Pittsburgh, and Quinn and Banana were still on the FM radio waves.
Quinn and Banana in the morning. B94.
I got flattened there.
Yeah, this is a we got to knock the rust off here.
Yeah. Still, the wheels really fell off for San Jose after that quick 1-0 lead.
Oh, it's not. This shouldn't be Yzerman. This should be Fedorov. That's all right. Whatever. Just go here.
I mean,
Yeah, San Jose,
Yzerman's a better player, but I don't know. There's just something about Fedorov that's sexy.
Well, he's left-handed. That's the thing.
Oh yeah. Well, let's fix that. Let's fix that.
Sergey.
Putin
You watch
Sergey.
that Joe. You watch that Joe Biden.
Joe Byron.
Listen, what did you think about Joe Byron?
Joseph Robinette Biden. That's his middle name. Do you know that?
I know.
Great name.
Yeah, he's not old enough. He's not too old. His middle name is Robinette.
Dude, what is he doing? Like, it's not only that he's running. That's
which he
one
is.
thing, right? Which he is. It's that he's defiantly telling people that only God can remove him from the election. Maybe. Oh wow, goalie was way out. Could have shot that one. Maybe like. And I just read yesterday in the New York Times that he's becoming increasingly more isolated. Like he's not talking to his staff. And so his staff is like trying to figure out a way to talk to him about this. I would love to be there for that conversation.
He's just an old man. He's like, it's typical old man behavior.
Yeah, it is.
He's like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Hey, I'm busy.
I'm Joseph Robinette Biden. God damn it.
How many presidential elections have you won?
He kept saying last night, I watched that whole thing. I'm fascinated by that. I want to see the guy crash and burn. I really do.
Yeah, same.
He needs.
I can't take my eyes off it either.
So
Terrible.
He kept saying like, I've been in the Senate a long time. Like, yeah, dude, we know this is not the time to like recount how old you are.
No
I've
one's
been in the
questioning
Senate
you have the
since-
experience.
Since the 60s. It's like most
Well,
of the people in this
I
room were born then.
I don't think he's ever lost an election. Like going all the way back.
Yeah.
He's won everything
Well,
he's run for.
You don't want to lose your last one. The guy's he's just too fucking old, man. He just is. Period.
Do you think? I don't actually think he has dementia or anything. I think he just is a stutterer. And
I think he's that's fine, right? I get it. Where he probably knows what he means.
yeah,
Like he just keeps saying it, but he keeps saying it wrong. And you can't
Right.
be the leader of the free world if you can't express your thoughts.
right.
Period.
Number one, it's the most important job requirement. They are communicators, right?
You can't be like, well, that's not what I meant.
Right. Number two, especially, God damn it, especially when you're running against a guy who will say anything. There needs to be someone next to him saying, well, hold on. Here's why what he just said is bullshit.
I know. Well, I'm back in the pause screen. There we go. Oh, did you fake that shot?
I didn't mean to, but I did.
How did that?
I
How do you
didn't
do
know was
that?
possible. This is a
So
pretty
yeah,
shitty period.
it's not great. We'll see what happens, but it's not going to go away. He didn't have a great night like last night.
I think he's going to step down.
I think he is too. He's going to have to.
Yeah.
And then and John, I watch the Daily Show now. I'm just going to play goalie. The people were like, "Oh, it's only 4 months of the election. It's too long." Like, no, it's not. It's not. They can do these things in 2 months. In
4 months is
everywhere else
is a lifetime.
Stop talking about how we're too far down the road. Shut up. I'm starting to really get annoyed with everything about our country.
Yeah, we're really blowing a huge lead.
Like we can't do it. France can do it, but we can't do it. Stop.
Yeah,
Just
France
stop it.
did it what, twice?
Yeah.
Didn't France just have 2 elections and Great
When we
Britain
were in
too?
Ireland, we were talking to our friends, and they were saying they'd have people come over and visit, and they'd go and see these, like in Northern Ireland, they like this would work really well. The trains were amazing and clean or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh my God, it's like the future over here. It's like, no, this isn't the fucking future. This is now. This exists today.
Yeah.
Here.
That's right. That's right. It's the present.
If you make a priority of like making things better for everybody, you can all have this. Like this isn't just a like social services, right? There you go. Brute force.
Yeah, but like at the same time, it's a lot easier to do things like that in Ireland or a Nordic country when it's a much smaller country. Like the scale is not even close.
I get that. But we have made zero progress on anything in our lifetimes, essentially, when it comes to that.
Yeah, that's
stuff.
true.
We still go to the fucking polls and vote on paper ballots for elections.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can't, no one does it. No one gets a day off of work to do it. Oh,
Not good.
total silence too. Name one mass transit system that isn't buses. I will grant that maybe have gotten nicer, but the metro system here fucking still sucks.
Yeah, the subway is awful. It's awful.
Subway sucks.
I
Like
mean,
it's not like there's
I live in
been
an area that has it, right?
sure.
Like that's a win in America, but shouldn't be.
Every big city pretty much has one,
I don't think that's
Pittsburgh
true.
doesn't.
I mean,
right? And there's a lot more people now in Pittsburgh, and they don't have anything. They got the T.
they have
fucking
the T. Yeah. But like there aren't many cities left on a grid, so you can't really build effective subway or mass transit because the oil lobby got convinced America to build fucking highways through the middle of every city, and the only city that had the organization to protest were the Jews in the West Village of New York City. And they like laid down on the road to prevent people from building a highway through Manhattan. Thank God.
Is that right?
Every
I
other
didn't know
city-
that.
Yeah, it's fascinating. There's a media channel called Vox Media. You ever seen their videos on YouTube or anything?
Maybe
really,
yeah,
like-
kind of.
Really cool stuff like that. You've always kind of wondered about, but never been told. Like, why don't more American have mass transit? More American cities? So they showed these maps of like cities before and after highways were built, like right through the middle of the cities. You can just see the neighborhoods that used to be there have just crumbled to nothing, right?
Yeah.
And the whole
Right.
area
Yeah.
around them, because you can't build an interstate through the middle of a major city and expect people to still live there.
Yeah, I have seen that argument made. Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes and you're right. It's 100%, true every
Yeah,
time.
that- And the military industrial complex, when they built the interstates. So the whole reason they built the interstates was so they can move like tanks and troops across the country. We didn't have roads that could hold up to that kind of infantry, like heavy infantry. So they were nice. So they built
Laserman scored.
roads that could support moving troops across the country. We do live in like an impenetrable fortress, though, which is kind of cool.
We do. There's two oceans on either side.
Yeah, mountains.
And
Got the Rockies. You've got
Yeah.
Canada up there. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but it seems good.
it's good.
I'm not a military strategist, Rich. Why do we keep getting knocked down? Are you noticing this?
I am too. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
2 guys bloodied, and like I can't check anyone.
It feels laggy.
The sand. It's
Game
not. I don't
feels
think
like
it feels laggy. I'm hitting them. They're just not falling down.
D. Wilson's 2 for 2. That's good.
Who the fuck is that? Doug Wilson. Dougie Wilson.
Derek Wilson, here he comes again.
If you could play in any professional sports league, in one of the major sports leagues, including like Premier League, where would you play? Assuming you'd
I'd
be
play
great at whatever that sport is.
Baseball, because there's so much
Really?
downtime. Yeah, you can just fucking chill and do nothing. You don't have to be in great shape.
I don't know.
Just-
They seem like players are in way better shape today than they used to be, but there's still
Oh,
a
yeah.
few remnants.
Why does it keep making me the goalie? I'm trying to switch off of that and it won't let me.
There's a lot of weird things happening right now. But no pop-up ads, right?
No pops. Like when he got that puck at that face-off, it took a good second for it to register that I was trying to move.
Okay. I'm
Something's
not
up.
having that issue. There we go.
Dink. There's a YouTube. I found a YouTube channel of these two guys who do a show once a week, and it is absolute madness. Like even more madness than old Tim and Eric stuff.
Okay.
It's just them sitting there. One guy just goes on these rants about things. He always talks about like what they're going to do this for that show. He just kind of like introduces a bunch of segments, but then they never get to it. It's insane. It's literally insane. It's funny.
Like Eric Andre, kind of.
Kind of.
I don't
Kind
find
of like
that
that,
funny.
yeah.
I don't like Eric
It's not-
Andre.
it's-
Like it's too wacky.
Yeah, it small doses is all I can take this in. But when they're broadcasting, I do tune in just to get some ideas. And I do think it makes sense that we need more. We need a soundboard. I need to figure that out.
I love it. I love that idea. I mean, I definitely feel like
just
you're the man
constantly-
for that job too.
Yeah, I got it. That's what I'm gonna do today.
What's the barrier between where we're at right now and having that soundboard?
Fleury shouldn't be getting checked
Well-
off the puck here.
Remember, Fleury, when he has the puck, is
Is-
not the same as when he
No.
doesn't.
No, it's when you are Fleury versus when you are not Fleury.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, got it. So he still should be a wrecking ball.
I got to put Roenick back in.
I think I would definitely pick basketball, professional basketball.
I don't remember asking your opinion, but that's fine. Why basketball? It seems like you want to talk about this, so let's.
I
get
know.
into it.
I just think it's the sport I like playing the most, and I think like NBA, they get paid a ton. Seems like a cool lifestyle. 81 games.
Oh,
I
if we're
like
talking
that.
about getting paid, and then yeah, I didn't
All
even
of
think
it.
about
Well,
that.
no, I
Like,
mean,
you Premier
baseball is
League.
where you'll get paid the most. Right?
Maybe,
Baseball
I don't
players are
know.
the
You
highest
could-
paid.
Probably on
No salary
average.
cap.
But Premier League, if you're playing for one of the good teams, if you're good in the Premier League, you make $100 million a year.
Do they
You
really?
make $100 million a year.
You make 100
Playing
billion?
Ronaldo, it would be Ronaldo.
I mean, Shohei just signed a $900 million contract.
I don't. I
What
wouldn't
position
want
would
to
you
play
be in baseball?
starting pitcher
Yeah, every
'Cause-
5 days.
every 5 days. Like you go to cities and you have nothing to do
Right.
right before you
And
leave.
then
I
and
always
then when
thought
you
that would
do
be interesting.
play, it's all about you.
Yeah, right. I want all the attention,
Yeah, I like that. That ain't bad.
and
neither.
now I don't even have to hit anymore.
Right. I've decided that I'm going to take up the stance of hating the DH. I feel like I'm at that age.
Welcome to the
They,
club.
they ruined the game.
But it's not baseball. It's not baseball.
I want to see pitchers go out there hitting 183. I like seeing pitchers hit though. I do miss it, watching them flail, and then every now
Yeah,
and
it was-
again, you get one who pops one, and it was great.
It was a big deal. Yeah. Remember,
How-
you know
how
what's
is it
interesting about
possible- What? Go ahead.
before we get off DH, because I'm sure you're going to want to talk about this.
Yeah.
The before, obviously, and think about how crazy this is
Ooh.
in today's game. That Barry Lamar, through his roided out fucking huge phase, still played left field every day. He always played the field.
That was going in. Yeah. Well, why is that crazy? Oh, you mean instead of being just a DH?
today, there's no chance he would play in the field, right? When he was,
Yeah, I mean, he didn't.
he was obviously very good at one point in the field, but then when he was hitting home runs, he did not have a body for a fielder.
He didn't really move.
He didn't
remember-
even like move to like first base.
No, but he would just stand in left field in one spot. Like he
Right.
wasn't doing.
That's
a
what I
whole
think
lot
is
out there.
funny. That's what I
Yeah.
think is great. He's like, let's just stick him out there to field ground balls that make it to him.
Yeah,
Pick the ball up off the
guys,
ground.
I've sacrificed range of motion for a certain fine-tuned power swing.
It's also
I remember-
interesting that he had like 3 lockers in the locker room.
Did you really? I love that.
Yeah.
I love everything about Barry Bonds and like what an absolute asshole he was.
He had 3 lockers and a lazy boy recliner and a TV. And that was his part of the locker room.
That's awesome. I remember when he was in his roid days playing left field. I was watching like Baseball Tonight, and they were talking about how like the wear and tear just standing in left field has on his knees, because I guess he had bad knees. They're like, yeah, they like calculated the number of minutes he stands, and it actually, you know, it is absurd, right? Those guys do stand out there for a fucking long time,
Yeah.
but it's a silly thing to report on. So how is it possible that between 1909, when did Babe Ruth play? 1914
Something like that.
and 2020, that there wasn't a player capable of pitching and hitting?
Right.
How is that possible? No
It's
one's
not.
thought of it.
There's no chance. First of all every baseball player in baseball today playing in major leagues, I would submit that they were the best pitcher at one point on their teams at some point in their life.
No question, and the best hitter. But
Right.
why? So then, why didn't more pitchers have success at the plate?
I don't know.
And
Because
like,
they're like, oh, they stopped hitting. Like, what? When?
yeah,
Why?
that's what my dad told me. They stopped practicing hitting. They don't practice it. Did I do that?
Did I do that?
Did I do that?
We got a Steve Urkel
Like,
over
what do you
here.
mean they stopped practicing hitting? Like, it doesn't. Why did they do that? Why don't they just start practicing again since they hit?
How hard is it to
It's part of their
practice hitting,
job.
by the way? I don't know. What are they in there for 2 hours every day? No.
And that's the difference between success. I thought it was like talent.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like probably in their high school teams, they were great pitchers as well as hitters. But
I
then
would
some
go as
place,
far- yeah.
they're like, well, why wouldn't we try to just lay it
But
down?
now it's like I'm sure it's so annoying where, like, I bet you they're tracking
There
pitch
you
counts
go.
in Little League, and I bet you Little League teams have a setup man and a closer now.
Right.
He's our 7th inning guy. He's a middle
He's a-
innings reliever.
Well, they don't,
That's all
yeah,
he
they
does.
only play 6 innings. He's our 3rd inning guy.
Yeah, we need we're about to forfeit this game because we don't have a shortstop. We can't put our middle innings guy in though.
Yeah, listen. He's got a very strict routine to get ready for the middle inning. So here's something, and I obviously don't have children who played sports. It seems as though, and maybe it's just in this area, but I'm interested in getting your opinions. When we grew up, travel sports, and I'm not talking about like our community travel teams. I'm talking about
AAU.
like the club teams. Like soccer was like the only one, right? All those
The Beadling team or whatever.
Beadling and STM and Century 5, all those whatever. Pittsburgh
I've never heard of
Strikers.
the other two, but yeah, Strikers I remember. Beadling I remember. I don't remember the others. But go ahead.
STM was St. Thomas More. Anyway,
Oh,
those clubs you had to be really good to play on a lot of those teams. I think.
play on
I mean,
them?
at least that's how they were. I did not.
yeah, I remember Beadling was a big deal to be on that. I don't know. No one ever asked me to play on those teams, so
Right. So it seems like as today, just having friends with young kids, that there are a billion of these
Yeah.
types of teams. and it's
I've been reading
all
about
just
this.
about making money,
Making money,
right?
yeah. Yeah,
Because parents want to think that their kid who actually sucks at sports
Right.
is better.
that's right. They're
At
preying
sport.
on that. They're preying on parents who have outsized expectations for their kids.
They got first graders going to lacrosse tournaments in Texas
Yeah.
who look, and no shade, but like I know the
No.
parents here. There's no way that
Yeah.
kid's good at sports.
That's right. Yeah, like I read about this on Twitter a lot, where parents are posting like, "I'm fucking done with travel sports." Like it's first of all, there's no reason that my 11-year-old should have to go to drive 5 hours each way on a weekend to play against another team. Like what are we accomplishing here?
Right.
Pretty piss poor.
And look,
effort
at
there,
some point, your kids we completed 4 passes.
Yeah, I know. I like that. See if we can go a game without passing.
Yeah, that'd be tough. Yeah. That's my thoughts. Call me Quinn and Banana.
So the problem is, though, as someone with a kid on the way, if she shows even a little bit of promise, how do you not get excited?
Oh, totally. Well, listen, at some point, if she's really great at, I'm just gonna get out of this. No, I don't want to listen to music. Somehow I can't get out of the game. Exit full screen. I can't. Jesus Christ, dude. This is like now stuck on my laptop screen. Restart. I can do everything but get out of it. Hang on. Quit Safari. Okay. What are you looking at? You're muted. You're muted.
So this is the list of armor sets I found on Reddit from Zelda, and they're low. Trying to complete the armor sets.
A lot of armor sets.
Yeah. The rubber helm.
A lot of armor sets.
Rubber helm you put on if you're in a lightning storm or fighting against an enemy that's using a lightning weapon, and it gives you protection. Stealth mask is pretty obvious. This is what you put on if you want to climb up mountains faster. This is for fighting. Barbarian. This makes you glow in the dark, and then if you find any weapons that you've made out of monster bones, you get a bonus on their impact or their hit power. This is my personal favorite, the Royal Guard cap, the beret. This is great. Glide, you can fly through the air. It's like one of those bat suits. This is cool, the miner's mask, because it glows when you're underground, and if you have all 3 of them, it gives you a bonus power of leaving an illuminated trail of footsteps behind you, so you can keep track of where you're going.
That's interesting. I like that.
Interesting. The Mystic headpiece, robe, and trousers. If you wear that, you lose money instead of losing your hearts if you get attacked. You just bleed money.
Those are pretty interesting.
Yeah, this game is fantastic. This is the fire outfit, the lightning outfit, and the frostbite outfit. So like when you do attacks, you can freeze people or light them on fire or electrocute them. The Zonite armor is fantastic because it increases your battery life for devices that you build. So you can build pretty crazy. They have these things called Zonite devices. So like one of them would be a wing, like that looks like a flat device, like an airplane. Then you have fans, and you can have a steering stick. You can have a battery. You can have a platform that floats in the air. You can build them, go places with them.
You put balloons on them and shit, right?
You get balloons. There's big wheels, like big monster truck wheels, and then there's little small regular wheels. And the things that people have been able to build, there's construct heads that follow enemies, that track an enemy. So you can put like a flamethrower on top of a construct head, and at any time, like on a big. So I built this thing with like a metal slab, 6 monster truck tires, and a platform in the back that has like 6 construct heads with cannons and flamethrowers. It's just a mauling machine. Very resource intensive though.
Yeah. I did like when I was watching someone play it that, you know, you start battling the constructs ones or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it goes to the 2 and the 3, or like and they get progressively more complex looking. I just like that. I like the art style of those guys.
Yeah. This is I like this this outfit. You can make him look like old Link.
The Tunic
Like
of
the,
Awakening.
Yeah, the head makes you look like the old cartoon Link from earlier games.
Nice.
A lot of armor sets though, and like they're everywhere across the map. Like this map, the map is so big. I didn't even know it was possible to make a map that big in a video game. This is a good one too. The Island Lobster shirt. It doesn't do anything. It's just like a chill shirt to wear.
So are you like using spoilers to try to find these things, or are you just searching for them?
It's a good question. I
think I know the answer by your sigh.
But the question is flawed. That's why I sighed. You to search for these things would be a fool's errand. It's a massive map, right? It's the same map from Breath of the Wild, plus they added the depths, which is the exact same size as the map, but underground. And they added one in the sky, which isn't as big because they're islands, but like that would take years of your life to search for one thing without any kind of clue. So there's clues in game, right? There's NPCs that will tell you things that, you know, you can kind of piece together like that. What I usually do is I just find like this, where is it? So like this is saying, the frostbite trousers are in the Hebra Headspring Cave. So that's all I want. And even that is not enough to find it, right? Like you're still looking for a while. So I've got to find Hebra. I don't know what Headspring means, but figure out what that means and then look for a cave.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's okay. I get it. It would be tough.
Some genius figured out. So like the more Zonai devices you fuse together, the more battery intensive it is. And I have my battery maxed out now, which is like from hours and hours of mining and grinding it up. But so like at this point, it doesn't really matter. But still, the more practical your machines are, the better. And some genius on YouTube found out a way to take 2 fans and a steering stick, just those 3 devices, and make like a hover bike. But it's not easy to make. Like you have to have it aligned perfectly. So you have to find flat ground, and then you have to like really line it up. It took me a few tries. But then once you build something, there's an auto build function that can replicate it, right? Which can replicate anything. So anything you interact with in the game that you can then recreate out of thin air. So if there's a pillar that's holding up a building and you may manage to dislodge it, you now can use that pillar to build. So there's infinite possibilities. But the hover bike, here, I'll show you, it's actually kind of cool.
And what's the savings on battery for not using a plank underneath those fans?
Huge.
Or above those fans.
I can ride this thing from one end of the map to the other. That's not true, but I can go, like, I've never run out of battery with this thing.
Okay.
But you have to fuse it directly to the center of that fan. This fan has to be at this angle, and it has to be fused to this. So to build it, you have to actually stack them on top of each other, perfectly aligned. And then you have to jump onto the top of them, jump up and down once, do a backflip off of them, and then start building to get the alignment right. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And mine's still a little bit off. I've got like a little bit of a right bias on mine, a little bit. So
Oh, I see. So why can't you just fuse the two fans together and then put a steering stick on top of it? Can you not
think
do
about the
that?
weight distribution, right? So you can't attach to anywhere on anything, but you can attach to certain points. So like if you're thinking about the
Okay.
fan from above, you can attach to this circle part in the middle. The steering stick would take up that entire surface area, or you can basically attach to any of the four corners. Or maybe like over here, there's probably 8 points around the fan that you can attach to. So if you fuse
Got it.
two fans together and then put a steering stick on the top of one of them, you're also only going to go straight up.
So you
This gives
so
you the
you
ability to
can't
go forward.
steering. You can only steer going left and right. You can't go forward and backward with a steering
No,
stick.
you can, but if you push it forward, you would just tip off. You need it to be so that when you push forward, the fans are pointing backward, are
Okay.
blowing you forward.
Okay.
If they're flat on the ground, man, you might know the answer to this. How do I get this onto this? I can hook it up
How
to a
do I
TV.
do this? Yeah, you hook it up to the TV and just point your webcam at it. No, I think you need a capture card.
Oh, that's right. I looked into that. Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah, I don't know how those. I don't know how that works.
Would you want to watch me play?
Yeah, I love
Yeah?
it, dude. I watch people playing video games. I'm all into that.
And in this case, you'd have direct feedback.
That's right. I can backseat drive the entire time. It's perfect.
All right. Let's do this together real quick, shall we?
Look at Jameson Tyon's career stats. You're muted again. I was wondering why I wasn't hearing anything.
Yeah, I keep bumping my microphone.
Yeah, now you're on the
I know.
different. Now you're back on the.
think
It's
that-
funny. I can hear it go back and forth.
Wacky. Yeah. Capture card for streaming work with PS4, PC, OBS. What's OBS?
OBS
plus
is it's a different streaming platform. It's like a program that you can use to then stream on Twitch and stuff like that.
Okay, so I'll say, what capture card do I need for StreamYard, iMac, Nintendo Switch? 10 best capture cards.
Boom.
Best overall. Oh yeah, this is the Elgato. I think this is the one that's like $200.
Yeah.
324. So I'm not going to do that. Best budget. Here we go. This is what I want. $90. Free delivery overnight.
I mean, it's obviously this is up to you, but
Yeah, I'm fine to
I
buy it.
guess the question is, so once it's on your computer, how did we get it into StreamYard?
Well, if it's on my screen, I just share the screen.
You can do that, I guess, and we just wouldn't have sound, which really isn't that big of a deal. Or
Why
maybe
wouldn't
it
we?
is. Because when you share anything outside, well, when I share outside of my tab,
Yeah, you're right.
And the
Unless it's a
browser.
web page.
right?
Yeah, sound's a big part of it, though. Record while you game applies to like capture card, low latency, bi-directional HDMI switcher. So do I have to plug this in via HDMI to my computer?
Probably.
Works great. Might be the best capture card in this price range.
Might be the best best one in the price range.
I want to see, where's the questions? I like the questions portion of it. Doesn't have that portion. Yeah, there you go. Two things though. I had to go into my computer sound settings to enable the audio to hear the audio. Once that was done, it was fine. Came with a faulty USB-C, but luckily I had some on hand. All right, let's give it a shot.
It's up to you.
It's Amazon, so it can always return it.
Okay.
Treat yourself. So got some good news on the IRS front. Interest doesn't start running until I've submitted my amended return, rather than having been accumulating since 2018. Now I can't hear you. Rich is gone. What do I do? I'm going to stream, and I want a BlackBerry. I want to stream, and I want a BlackBerry. And I'm going to stream Zelda with Rich. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it right. See, the thing about Tears of the Kingdom, the reason I think it's the best video game ever, and Breath of the Wild too, I'll call them 1A and 1B. It's because you don't need an objective in order to enjoy yourself. Although I do find it far more enjoyable when I do have an objective. I get annoyed easily if I'm just sort of roaming around the map without any direction. But it's like if I'm going to call it the Zelda challenge. If I would challenge someone to just walk their character in Zelda for 5 minutes without finding something that they want to do. It's nearly impossible. There's always something that pops up that's like, oh, let me go check this out, or let me do this. I'm going to fight these monsters. I'm going to fuse this stuff together. I'm going to build this. I'm going to go rescue the princess. I don't know, whatever you're into. Whatever you're into, it's going to bring you there. Look at these socks. Oh, I kind of like these. Yeah, I think I need these. They're good looking socks. What color though? I think white. Classic gym sock white. I'll get these. Yeah, but I don't really need socks. I have a lot of socks. Oh, those are cool. Yeah, we'll get a 3-pack of Stance socks. Yeah, let's do it. Oh boy, we're really going nuts today. We got a capture card and we got socks. You know, I'm just realizing I don't really need Rich at all. I can do this. I can do this all day. You guys want to see something funny? I'll show you something funny. Look at this guy. Look at these two guys. Huh? How about it? How do you like that? Pretty exciting, huh? Rich ruined his computer. He's commenting that he ruined his computer. Poor guy. Just got a ruined computer. I'm sorry to hear that, Rich. Maybe next time, don't be an a-hole. I downloaded something to try and make the soundboard. Yep, it sounds about right. Sounds about right. All right, Richard, let's call it for today, buddy. I don't know if you can hear me, but have a good weekend. If I don't talk to you, let me know if you fix your computer. And or unless do you want me to hang on while you try to figure this out? No, he's gonna go try to figure this out. Okay. See you, buddy. Have a good one. Love you. Banana Don out. Okay, bye.